Now let's talk about the tragedy that just took place in Yemen. More than 80 people died in a stampede in the capital Sana'a last night. More than 300 are injured, some critically so. This happened during a charity event. People had gathered to receive a cash handout. They were being given 5,000 Yemeni riyals. That's just about $9. But hundreds in the Gulf's poorest nation went to claim the sum. The distributors could not control the crowd, and chaos erupted. The visuals from our next report may be disturbing.
It should have been a day of joy in Yemen's capital, Sana'a. People were supposed to receive a sum of money as charity. It was a kind act just days before Eid al-Fitr. But tragedy struck the war-torn nation again. A stampede broke out after hundreds gathered to collect the donation. More than 80 people died, more than 300 are injured. Some are in a critical condition. The toll may rise further. All this because of poor management at a charity drive. Late last night, some merchants were distributing about 5,000 Yemeni riyals to the needy. That's worth about $9. It may not sound like much, but it would have helped some of Yemen's poor and needy. Remember, this is a country that has been devastated by war. Even before the conflict started in 2015, it was one of the poorest nations in the Arabian Gulf. Then, the fighting broke out between Iran-backed Houthi rebels and Yemen's Saudi-backed government. It plunged the nation into abject poverty. Now, over half of Yemen's population lives below the poverty line. 1 in 5 of Yemen's 31 million people live on less than $1 a day. So you can understand why so many gathered to receive the charitable donation. But the crowd got too big, and then tragedy struck. Some witnesses say it was crowd control gone wrong that caused the stampede. They say Houthi guards fired in the air to get people to move in an orderly manner. The gunfire accidentally hit an electric wire. The wire exploded, leading to panic. That's what witnesses say caused the stampede. Of course, it's hard to verify this. The Houthi forces that govern Yemen's capital quickly sealed off the area. People, including journalists, were barred from entering the school where the donation drive was taking place. The Houthi regime released their own footage after the event, and officials were shown visiting the injured. They also released some statements.
We are firstly checking on the injured and those who died. The Interior and Health Minister, members of the Public Prosecution, the head of the Supreme Judicial Council, and all other relevant officials have proceeded with their legal duties to examine this unfortunate event and to find a serious solution for this to never happen again. We are experiencing a great tragedy. A large number of our citizens have died during this stampede.
كان موجود وعلى يساري رئيس مجلس القضاء الأعلى. وقد قمنا بعدة إجراءات.
We have taken several measures and hopefully we will reach positive results. Several committees were established, such as high levels of social, health, security and judicial committees. Hopefully things will be okay and the results will be positive. What happened was a big tragedy and the Houthi leadership is keeping a close eye.
The Houthi government is conducting an investigation. 2 of the charity drive's organizers have been detained. The Houthis say they will pay about $2,000 in compensation to each family that lost a relative. Just $2,000. That's how much a life is valued in Yemen now. While the stampede isn't related to the Yemen war, the war brought this situation about. It forced millions into poverty, left them at the mercy of heavily armed groups. It made their home a battlefield for an Iran-Saudi proxy war. Now that ties have improved between the regional powers, Yemen is forgotten. Its people forced to seek charity just to survive. And this time, it's the charity that killed them.